There are various forms and functions in a language which are extremely important to understand the overall sentence structure of a language. English language also has certain word forms which also perform certain functions, and it is very important to understand these forms and the functions performed by them. There are different words which are known as parts of speech in a language. English has 8 parts of speech, such as noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, a determiner, adjective, conjunction, and prepositions. These parts of speech are very important to understand the language. Let's try to understand the word form first. Form refers to the category labels we use for the building blocks of grammar. Those are word classes, phrases, and clauses. If you just consider the following sentence which is in front of your screen, my daughter bought a completely useless smartphone over the summer. And in this sentence, we can label each individual word as follows. My can be seen as a determiner, daughter, noun, bought as a verb, as a determiner, completely as an adverb, new as an adjective, smartphone as a noun, over as a preposition, the as determiner, and summer as a noun. All the word class labels which are mentioned here could be referred as form labels. Still talking about forms, we could say that the phrases like my daughter is a noun phrase. And then a completely useless smartphone is also a noun phrase. Then over the summer could be seen as a preposition phrase. All these tags can also be considered the forms of English language or the forms of phrases. Looking still deeper into this form, we could say a completely useless smartphone. And over the summer, if we just look deep into these phrases, we could decide that completely useless is an adjective phrase within the larger noun phrase, a completely useless smartphone. Similarly, the preposition phrase over the summer, we could see that the summer, a noun phrase is embedded within it. In short, we say whenever we talk about form, we are actually talking about the structure of sentences within a language. And we could visualize such structure or make other people understand such structure through tree diagram. Tree diagram is one of the popular forms which are used in contemporary syntax to make people understand the structure of various sentences in English language. And they could be replicated in English language teaching classrooms. Therefore, I believe all good teachers of English language should be able to understand them in a better way. Just look at this example about a noun phrase, a completely useless smartphone. If you just look at this example, you see how this could be explained through a tree diagram. A is a determiner which is right in the beginning and is adding to the making of the noun phrase. You just look at the top. Completely is an adverb, useless adjective, and smartphone the noun. This adverb and adjective in the middle, completely and useless, they are combined to make an adjective phrase. And together, determiner, adjective phrase, and noun are making an overall noun phrase. So this is how we dissect these sentences in order to identify various phrases or constituents involved in these sentences. Some of the common forms of phrases used in English language are noun phrase, verb phrase, adverb phrase, adjective phrase, and prepositional phrases. And they are also certain symbols which are used to represent them. And you could see them in front of the titles of these phrases on your screen. There are some other common symbols which are used for individual constituents in English syntax. For example, you could use the alphabet S to show a sentence, then a proper PN to show proper noun. We use N for noun, ADV for adverb, adj for adjective, etc. You could see them on your screen. Similarly, these phrases are also called by their grammatical functions. They not only form the form of English language or the structure of English language, they also perform certain functions. And these and the common functions, grammatical functions, which are performed by these forms or phrases could be seen as subject, object, verb, or complement. And the complement includes subject complement and object complement, as well as adverbial. If you just look at this example which is in front of you, the sentence, we had a picnic in the park. So we could identify the form and the function in this example. We can see we, which is a noun phrase, is also performing the function of subject here. Similarly, had, which is actually a verb phrase, is performing the function of verb. And a picnic is also a noun phrase, but it is performing the function of object in this word. And in the last, you can see that in the park, which is a prepositional phrase, it is performing the function of an adverbial here.